Hello, everyone.
Ooh. Hi guys, we are having a live session with Annelies Richmond.
So welcome to the session. We're Christina and I'm Brian, and we're
Hi guys, we are having a live session with Annelies Richmond.
So we're excited to be with you tonight with Annelies Richmond, who is the international teacher of personal development, meditation, yoga, and leadership programs with the Art of Living Foundation. And specifically, she's joining us tonight to talk about Yes Plus programming and to have a live session on refreshing, rejuvenating, and on this occasion of the full moon also. So it's a nice time to be with Annelies, especially tonight. And without further ado, here's Annelies.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Christina. Two of our incredible Yes Plus teachers from North Carolina. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good.
Will I be able to see people?
I think right now we have 5 people are viewing on YouTube.
Okay.
The more people tell me that they are coming soon.
Okay, great. Okay, so today is the super moon. And how many of you feel you get a little bit crazy on the full moon? It's interesting, right? The moon, we're tied to the moon in a very particular way because our body is so much of it is made up of water, right? And the moon pulls on the water, like the moon rules the tides on the ocean. So it also pulls on our body, which is why we feel a little more sometimes emotional or erratic on the full moon day. And it's also been said in all meditation traditions that the full moon day is the best day to meditate because it can really calm your mind and bring everything in the body and mind back into harmony. If you think about it, most of the time we're like a football to our emotions, right? We feel upset and then our whole world goes topsy-turvy. Have you noticed this? And we feel angry or irritated by one small person who's 1/7 billionth of the planet. We feel irritated by that person. It's like a grain of sand gets into our eye and it irritates and irritates and irritates and irritates. Do you notice it can ruin your whole day or your whole week? That little bit of stress. Maybe it's not a person. Maybe it's a certain final that you're worried about, a certain stressor at school, or maybe it's your relationship with your advisor or professor, and that one thing keeps irritating your mind. It goes around and around in your mind like a record player, around and around. Have you noticed this? Okay, so what to do about it?
Talk to Annelies. Get some advice. Get some advice.
Yeah. You can. That's the first thing we do, right? Is some of us, we go and talk to the person that we really trust. And we're like, oh my God, and we vent it out. We talk and da, da, da. And it helps some, right? Like at least you got it out in a way, you cleared your mind. But do you notice some of it's still lingering? It's like you thought about the whole thing again. And like some of the emotion and some of that like icky feeling in the body is still there from it because we're simply, when we talk about it, we keep reliving it, we keep bringing it up. How do we wouldn't it be nice if you had a magic wand and you could just like clear that stressor from the system?
It would be super awesome.
Not that the event would disappear or the person would disappear. Like hopefully the person would not disappear. That's not our intention. But wouldn't it be nice if the aggravation or irritation or sadness around it was cleared from the system, and then the mind and the emotions and the body was really clear, so you could address it like a superstar, you know, like the most powerful leader you know. You could just address it head on. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, so how do you do that? See, there's one thing when we try to make something happen from the mind. We can tell that thing, I want it to disappear. I want to stop thinking about this stress. I want it, or that person, or whatever is the big stressor. I want to stop thinking about it. And we push it out. Have you ever tried to tell your mind not to think about something? When you tell your mind not to think about something, what does it do? Do you notice?
Less things keep coming up.
Yeah. You notice the same thing comes back more and more? Let's say I'm annoyed at Brian. I'm like, oh, that Brian. If he, everything would be fine if Brian weren't there. No, I'm kidding, Brian. I'm just picking on Brian. So then I'm like, no, today I want to have a peaceful day. I'm not going to think about Brian. Then what will happen in my mind?
Brian comes up.
Brian. It's like he keeps sneaking in there. Actually, I'll think about him more because of this law in the mind. What is a law that governs our mind? It is called what you resist persists. This is a very scary law because it's something you don't want. So you try to push it away, put it out. Physically, if you push something away, it works. But the physical world works on very different laws than the mental world. In the mind, if we push something out, let's say a thought is coming, and the thoughts go like this, right? They come and go, come and go, come and go. But if we try to push the thought, what does it do? It just stays. You can notice this mechanism in the mind. What you resist persists. Like you want to sleep at night, but you can't sleep, and you resist the sleeplessness. No, I have to sleep. Oh my God, I have an exam in the morning. I must sleep just a little bit. Do you notice the more you resist that thing that's happening in the mind, the more it persists? So there's a more delicate and skillful way we can deal with our mind. Do you have any guesses? Very difficult to control the mind from the level of the mind itself because it's not tangible. You can't take the mind and stick it in a box and keep it in one place. Stay there, stay there. The mind it's all over. It's intangible. But there's something that's connected to the mind that we're doing all the time. It's connected to the state of our mind.
What's the secret?
It is a secret. What is it? All day long, you're doing it. If you're alive, you're doing it. And when you go upstairs, you do it more. When you run, you do it more.
Ooh. That's happened to us, especially in the center. We keep hiking up and hiking down.
The mountains, right? Did you run short of? Breath. There is a big secret in the breath, which we'll explore tonight. What's the secret in the breath? Every time your state of mind changes, every time your emotion changes, in a very subtle way, your breath changes. A rhythm in the breath changes. Have you noticed this? Like when you're very angry, how do you breathe? You notice you breathe maybe a little short and fast, or it's agitated, it's choppy. When you're very sad, how do you breathe? You do a very long exhalation. If you observe it, you'll notice the whole time you're sad, the exhalation is longer. When you're happy, how do you breathe? If you think about it, when you look at a sunset, what do you do? you just inhale, right? There's a longer inhalation. Or you see the person that you're really in love with. You're like, do you notice? There's a longer inhale. When you smell a flower, you don't go, right? You don't sniff like that. A breath of pleasure or joy is a longer inhalation. We might not have noticed this, but we've surely noticed every time we have an emotion, there's a certain rhythm in the breath, and it keeps changing. And most of us are stuck in that. Some event happens, and then we have an emotion and a state of mind, and our breath and our nervous system goes into a certain state. And it stays in that state, and then we stay upset, and we can't shake it. But what can you do with this knowledge? You can come at it from the other direction. You could use the breath skillfully, changing the pattern or rhythm of the breath, which is called yoga, using the breath skillfully, to change the state of mind, the emotion, the way we feel inside. You want to do it? Okay. So we'll learn one technique that we can use if we want to get more calm or focused. It's very good for focus and concentration before you're studying. It's called the straw breath. Okay, so it's as if you're breathing out of a straw, but not just a normal like soda straw, like a coffee straw. You know how tiny, tiny, tiny those straws are? They're very tiny. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a very long, long, long deep breath in through the nose. And then as if there's this teeny little straw, we're going to blow out of the mouth very, very, very slowly. Still blowing out. Got it? So all you're doing is breathing. You might feel in this a little shortness of breath, like, oh, you want to breathe in the middle. But keep the exhale sustained. As small of an out breath, as small as an opening in the lips as possible, and you're breathing out. You're making the out breath at least 8 times longer than the in breath, yeah? So we'll do this again with our eyes closed. What will we do? We'll breathe in through the nose, a long, deep breath in. And then as if we're blowing out of the tiniest straw, we'll blow out very, 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 very slowly until all the air is out. Okay, let's start. Ready? So let's sit comfortably. And let's just take a transition breath. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. And now take a long, deep breath in through your nose. And very slowly breathe out through the tiniest hole in the mouth, like a tiny straw. Start breathing out very, very slowly. Keep breathing out very, very slowly through the mouth. Through a tiny straw in the mouth. Then rest a moment at the end if you finished, keeping the eyes closed. And again, take a long, deep breath in through your nose. Fill up your lungs with air. And now very, very slowly blowing out through the mouth. Very, very slowly. And when you feel complete, you can again breathe in slowly, long, deep breath through the nose. And very, very slowly breathing out through the mouth, like breathing out through a tiny little straw. Letting all the air out. And again, a long, deep breath in through the nose. Deep, deep breath in. And now as if you're breathing out through this tiniest little straw, slowly breathe out. And one more time, a long, deep breath in. And then slowly breathing out through the mouth to the tiniest hole in the mouth, like a small straw. Slowly breathing out. And relax. You can open your eyes when you feel ready. Good. How do you feel now? What do you notice?
I feel it's a little bit difficult to do the straw breath at the beginning, but then after we keep practicing, and then the breath becomes smoother and the mind become calmer as well.
Good. Yeah, how is the mind now?
Slowed down.
Slowed down.
And someone on the chat is asking, does straw breath help the mind to stay focused?
Yes. I think I cannot see the chat actually. Okay. Oh, you can read it to me, Christina.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a very good type of breath to do before studying. If you need to concentrate for a while, or maybe even before a test. It actually lowers if you have high blood pressure, it'll lower it, like equalizes everything. But it'll bring a lot of calmness in the system and more focus in the mind. Do you notice? It's like the mind is more settled, but it's not settled and sleepy. It's like settled and focused or aware. It's such a good breath to do in schools that in our school program, which is called Yes for Schools, we teach this in the schools. They practice it in some schools almost every day. So try it. Use it in your studying. Or you can use it before meditation when you want the mind to be calm and focused. Yeah. Or when you're upset. When you're upset, like, the breath and the mind is everywhere. Just maybe 4 or 5 of these breaths just totally settles you and brings you back to your intelligence. You know, a clear mind isn't, your full intelligence is available to you when the mind is clear. Okay, one more breathing technique. Okay. Many of you may already know this. Tell me, any other questions have come up? Or?
Someone was asking, after the straw breath, they feel calmer.
Beautiful. Good. It's one of the benefits. Calmer, more focused, more concentrated. Yeah. Okay, we'll do one called, in Sanskrit, it's called Ujjayi breath. And Jai means victory in English. So victory over all the things that disturb our mind and take our mind out of the present moment, distract our mind or disturb us, you know. So it's something really simple that you've actually done already. Like as you go to sleep at night, you make this sound. As you're on the verge of sleep, you make this slight snoring sound, and some of you do it much louder when you're sleeping. With the mouth open. Okay, but we're going to be doing it with the mouth closed. And it'll be a very slight snoring sound you'll make from the back of the throat, but you'll make it intentionally. You're slightly constricting the air passageways in the back of the throat. Okay, so it sounds like this. I'll do it, and how about Christina and Brian? You know it. You can also do it. You guys can hear it. It sounds like this. Can you hear it? Not sure how well you can hear it over the online, but I'll explain how to do it. Okay, we'll do this together. This is how easiest way to learn it is we're gonna whisper hello, like a theater whisper, okay? Like this. Hello. Okay, everybody say it. Hello. And whisper it loud. Hello. Can you feel where you're pushing the air from the back of your throat? Hello. Now say it with your mouth closed. And on the way in also. And on the way out. And on the way in. Now close your eyes on the way out. Breathing in like that. And breathing out like that. Keep the eyes closed and continue. There's a slight sound from the back of the throat, like the sound of Darth Vader, but a little more gentle. Keep breathing like that. And continue. Like the sound of the ocean in the throat. And slowly let the breath return to normal with the eyes closed. And notice your state of mind. And when you feel ready, slowly and gently you can open your eyes. How do you feel now? Good? Mm, 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 mm. Good. Do you notice there's more calm in the mind? Maybe a little bit less thoughts. The thoughts aren't running so much. Past, future, past, future. They're a little more in the present. Feel more fresh. It's possible in the beginning with this technique, you could feel a little more sleepy. Like if you have some fatigue in your system, you'll feel, oh man, actually, I think I need a nap. You could feel that because it makes you aware of your internal state. But as you keep using it, it'll bring some more alertness, calm, but energy, which we're not used to. A little calmness with energy. This is also a very good one to use before studying or when you need to concentrate. You can even use it with your eyes open when you need to concentrate. Let's say you're in the middle of an exam and you're getting a little nervous. You're like, you're getting a little stressed. Or your brain is like, I don't know, you're having like like the wiring went wrong all of a sudden in the middle of the exam. Then you could actually use this breath with the eyes open. And it'll just calm you down. It'll bring you back to your center, you know. You don't have to do it too loud. You can do it quiet enough that nobody can hear except for you, you know. Good? It's called Ujjayi breath, Ujjayi. You can learn it sometimes in a yoga class, it'll be there. But you can use this just on its own. Any questions?
I think most of us feel so peaceful right now.
Yeah. Okay, now that we're so peaceful, would you like to do a little bit of a meditation, especially since it's the full supermoon tonight?
Yes.
Very conducive for meditation. So I'll guide you through a little bit. You can just make sure you're sitting in a very comfortable spot. Back supported. Your body straight, back supported, you know. Let the head rest on the shoulders and you can close the eyes and just let the weight of your body sink into the chair where you're sitting or the floor where you're sitting. So in this meditation, you're not required to do anything. In fact, it's the art of doing nothing. So I may give you some small instruction. If you hear it, good. And if you don't hear it, it's also good. If you have thoughts, you don't need to do anything. Just let the thoughts be. It's okay if they're there. If you have some emotion come up, you also don't need to do anything. You can do nothing. Just let it be there. So let's take a deep breath in. And breathe out. Long, deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. Deep breath in. And breathe out. And become aware of all the sounds in your environment. The sound inside the room that you're in, or sounds coming from outside the room. Become aware of each and every sound. And let all the sounds be there as they are. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Become aware of your whole body. And just let the body relax. Take your attention to your toes and feet, ankles, legs, knees, thighs and hips, abdomen, stomach, chest and shoulders, the right arm and hand, left arm and hand, throat and neck, the head and face, the top of your head, the whole body, the whole body. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Become aware of your thoughts and the head. Let the cool rays of the moon filter down on your head. Feel the coolness of the moon. And now notice the thoughts, good or bad thoughts. Let them come. Do not resist any thoughts. Now you are in harmony with your thoughts. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Become aware of your feelings. Whatever feelings are there, pleasant or unpleasant feelings. Accept the feelings as they are. You are peace. You are peace and joy. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Again, become aware of your feelings. Become aware of your thoughts. Become aware of any sensations in your body. And again, feel the coolness of the moon, the cool light of the moon. Become aware of your environment, surroundings, and noises around you. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Take another deep breath in and breathe out. One more deep breath in and breathe out. And slowly and gradually you can roll the neck and shoulders. And when you feel ready, slowly and gradually you can gently open the eyes. So, how was it? Was it good? Feeling good? Did you disappear for a little bit of time? Not sure where you were? This is good. It means the mind and intellect got totally rested. If you felt you disappeared, like this whole mind that's talking all the time just got so quiet, and then we feel like, oh my God, where did I go? This is good. Letting the mind and intellect rest completely. Then we come back super fresh. like we've slept for a few hours. So in that way, you could say learning how to meditate, it saves you time. All the students I teach to say, oh, either I need an hour or 2 hour nap or 15, 20 minutes of meditation. But you feel more fresh after meditating. Yeah. Were you aware how long you were meditating? You were meditating for 17 minutes. A lot, right? Any questions? Comments?
Yeah, I think people feel so calm, especially for me. I feel like it just word cannot describe.
Good. You know, it's very intelligent nowadays to learn to meditate because those who meditate have the cutting edge. Have you noticed? I travel from university to university all year long, and what I notice is all the top business schools are starting to teach meditation in the business school. I'm like, which means it's not only for relaxation and stress relief, but somebody who manages a lot of money up there is realizing those who learn to meditate are more productive, more successful, you know.
So, Annalise, we also met some athletes like recently they were talking about be on the sports and it's very competitive, so they are also so stressful. Can you talk about how meditation can help them?
Athletes?
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, I was one myself, sort of. If you consider ballet dancers athletes, I was a professional ballet dancer for 15 years. So I know even just the toll on your body, it can take a lot of toll on your body. Athletes work out nonstop days and days in a row. So there's many levels I feel benefits when I learned to meditate, and particularly when I learned a technique called Sudarshan Kriya, which is taught in our Yes Plus course. I would feel like when I was a professional dancer, when I was 20 and 21, my body hurt all the time because you just don't get a chance to rest it. But after I started learning Sudarshan Kriya and meditation and practicing it, after just a few weeks, I didn't expect that. I was just doing meditation because I was curious about it and I liked it. But after a few weeks, I realized, then I was close to 30, and I realized my body felt better than it did when I was 20. Like my physical body. It was like somehow Sudarshan Kriya and meditation, it's even just physically lets the lactic acid get cleared out very quickly. And it rests your body on such a deep level that your body can recuperate faster. But maybe the mental benefits feel more enormous because the harder part as an athlete is you have some performance anxiety, or there's so much competition, and there's like politics in that competition, right? So instead of just focusing on yourself, half your energy is like, oh my God, look at that person and that person, look what they're doing. There's so much pressure that comes. So I found when I started meditating, most of that pressure kind of left my head. I'm not sure how, but suddenly I would find myself going for a performance and just being calm and with myself and being able to do my best and not worrying so much about what everyone else was doing, which made me do better. And I also felt that I used to get very nervous to go on stage, which probably most athletes get, before the race or, before. I used to get very nervous, And once I started meditating, after just a little while, less than a month, all that nervousness disappeared. All of a sudden I found myself walking onto stage one night in front of 3,000 people and not feeling nervous at all. And I was like, this is such a weird sensation. I'm on the stage and I'm not nervous. So it can do a lot for clearing nervousness or anxiety, and also just in general, our mindset, like not worrying so much about what everyone else is doing, and being able to focus and be 100% with what you can do. Because that's really all you can do anyway. Focusing on what everybody else does is a big distraction for an athlete. So it has many benefits. I would say there's probably nothing that would enhance your athletics more, or if you're a performer, your performance, than meditation. I used to do all kind of cross training to enhance I used to bike and swim and run, but meditation enhanced my performance more. Just sitting, isn't that funny? Being a blob, a skillful blob. Yeah. So we're going to be having 2 retreats for this in Boone, North Carolina this winter, over the winter break, in a beautiful retreat center called the Art of Living Retreat Center in Boone, North Carolina. And we're going to have a retreat called Yes Plus, which Yes stands for Your Enlightened Side. In that retreat, you learn Sudarshan Kriya, which is my personal favorite technique. You learn many different breathing techniques that are a little bit deeper than the ones we learned tonight. And you learn how to meditate. And you do yoga also, and it's fun. It's social, there's interaction. There's a lot of different discussions about how we can have less stress in life, but handle more, but be more effective, and take on more, but with less stress. So it has the funness of a retreat, but you're learning all these wonderful techniques, and by the end, you know how to do it all on your own. You know how to take it home as a home practice, and you can really integrate it into your daily life, into your semester, to just make you feel better, more energetic, happier, and less stressed, and more focused and concentrated all year long. And for those of you who have done Yes Plus, you know how great it is. It's so awesome. We have the second level, the more advanced level, happening this winter too. It's called the Silence Retreat. And in that retreat, oh yeah, there it is. We'll do a day of like different discussions and processes that help us become more sharper and better as people, and then we'll go into silence, and we'll be doing some really deep meditations, and that is amazing. That's like truly getting to know yourself on a very deep level and resting very deeply, taking walks in nature. You're doing a very deep kind of meditation called Hollow and Empty in the Yes Plus Silence Retreat, and then you take a day to come out of silence, which is really awesome. I never really wanted to go into silence. I was like, silence? But once I did it, I never wanted to stop. I kind of, most people have that reaction when the teacher says, now you can come out of silence. Everybody's like, oh, but it feels so nice. I don't think I want to. You know?
That happened. I spoke to one of the friends, and then she had never learned about Sudarshan Kriya, but she heard about silence, and then she said that, oh, I'm very talkative, so I'm afraid that I cannot go into silence, but I really want to do it because I heard it's very amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
The most talkative people enjoy it. My mom is the most talkative. I hope she's not watching. She knows she's talkative. She actually tried it. After 15 years, after she learned meditation the first time, she finally tried the silence retreat. She was like, oh, it was so amazing. She really liked it. She felt, the nice thing for me was I saw how good she felt for months and months and months afterwards. She felt good. Even though she wasn't practicing meditation that much afterwards, she just felt the long-term benefit. And so yeah, even talkative people can take the silence retreat.
And highly recommend. And also this special retreat, it will very close to New Year. So we will have a New Year yoga remix party.
Oh, it's so much fun. They need a band all the way from LA that plays a special, I don't know, it's like a conscious uplifting party, but the beats are awesome. It's like rave music. There's some Sanskrit chants infused into it. So it feels really high energy. When you're in silence, you can dance. Those of you who are not in silence, you're on the Yes Plus winter retreat. You dance, and so we'll be having a big New Year's party, which is super fun. Lots of dancing and yeah, a little bit of breathing techniques in the middle of the dancing. You can see in that picture, they're doing breathing techniques. It'll be an awesome way to spend New Year's. Does anyone want to share who's done this before?
I think Morgan is ready to share his experience. He joined.
Yeah, Morgan was there last year.
And he also completed the Yes Plus like last year. He also joined the Yoga Remix party last year as well.
Hi, Morgan.
Hey everyone, I'm Morgan, and so I did the silence last New Year's, and I think actually, so I'm not one of the talkative persons, and I really enjoyed it, I think, and for me the silence trip was a really special time for me. I think like it was highlight of the year. I think it's really hard to describe, but I think it's like one of the happiest days, happiest times.
Wow.
And yeah, you should do it.
Nice, Morgan. Morgan's at UIUC. I can see all the.
Oh yes, I couldn't talk in library, so I got up.
Aw. Nice. Great. Thanks, Morgan. Great to see you. You look good. Your hair looks good too. Good. I hope you all enjoyed tonight. Did you enjoy tonight?
Yes.
Yeah. Please come join us. This
And
New
then
Year's winter retreat
center, like the screen was sharing earlier. Just go to Art of Living Retreat Center /Yes Plus, and then you can find more program information. So if you have any question and you want to just hang out with us, and just welcome to shoot us an email. We are here for you. Okay.
If you want to know more about Yes Plus in general, there's a website, yesplus.org, YESPLUS.org. And you want to come to Boone to be with us, we'll love to have you there. You can look on Art of Living Retreat Center, right?
Yes.
Art
of Living Retreat Center.
Art of Living Retreat Center.
.org.
Yes, Plus. You can come there anytime, actually. Christina and Brian are meditating there every day. So you can come any day and meditate with them. But the retreats are the highlight. So come join us and get connected.
And thank you guys for coming to meditate with us in the amazing spoken room. And hope you have a good evening. And thank you, Annelies, for incredible meditation.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for meditating and making the world a more peaceful place. It does make a difference. Bye, guys. Bye, Morgan.
I'll see you at Boone soon.
Yeah, bye, Christina and Brian. Thank you.
Bye, Annelies. Thank you.
Bye, Christina. Bye, Annelies.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye.